Hey, Tommy here, and this is our daily dose of true gratitude, of thanks for the moment, being present, and really it comes down today to just the fact that there's drastic changes that sometimes happen in our lives, right? And we don't know what or I'll say it this way, sometimes it happens where there's a drastic change that we really didn't want or we really didn't expect. And we need to ask ourselves, why are we in that moment and what can we do that would be valuable for us in that moment to really change our perspective? What can we learn from this moment? And man, I'll be honest, sometimes it hits real deep and real hard, inside. Um, and we feel like everyone else is to blame or I am completely to blame, but when it comes down to it, this realization that I had about true gratitude was that so gratitude is appreciating things, right? Like I used to do these, gratitude exercises. I still do different gratitude exercises, write things you're grateful for, be grateful for those things, appreciate things you've experienced in the day. But like someone told me, we gotta keep, that grateful feeling all the time. And it brought me to this, in some perspective of that, it brought me to this moment where I was sitting in a place and I'm like, all right, well, I'm trying to be grateful for something, yet I'm not liking this experience that I'm in. Not necessarily in like a highly, high frequency, positive, attitude, but I wasn't disappointed by it, right? I was content in a sense, and it was nice. But it was, some people I think even in this moment, in one of these moments, someone asked me like, "Oh, you look sad," and then I was like, "Oh wait, what?" And it was because my face. Sometimes I got this like resting bitch face comes to mind, but I don't know if that's what I have. But I just have like resting blah face, or just like I'm just like straight faced, but like I'm like actually feeling good inside. Anyway, brought me to several realizations, but the point of necessary activity. And that's actually one of the main things that I just like teach people. Like, we're all teaching each other things all the time, right? Like how to wear weird microphones. I put my hoodie on because it was so chilly in here. Um, and now this thing looks kind of weird, but whatever. It comes down to this, we're all here for each other, and if you and I aren't trying to get a mutual benefit from each other in that moment, even just to enjoy that present moment together, then I don't know if that's the right place. We are at mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. So like teaching, I try to remind people like the main thing we gotta realize is like our real wealth, you know, our like true powerful wealth, is truly our health. Like that's first of all. So if you're not doing stuff to get you in a, better light that way, um, you either gotta eliminate something that's really hurting you, or just add something simple in that'll help. And the one main thing I focus on is a walk. Like I remember I was really getting into running and like, man, I get high off this. This is so good. I was like really up here, this is great, being really productive, in all my endeavors. And and then it like, you could keep doing that, but like really if you should at least just like bring a harmonious pace to you and like the earth and so many likes, so many likes. Just like this general contentedness with, the earth, the ground, like this planet, like legitimately. Just go for a walk out in nature. If you can't out in nature, I guess on a treadmill or something. But like a 30-minute walk is something that I try to do every 30 plus minutes, but at least 30 minutes every single day. Um, And like today I got dance as well. And I don't dance every other day, but I also went for the walk. And it just gives me this time to connect in a slow manner, not just this running pace, that's like making me more fit or whatever. But I believe that one helps mentally as well as physically, because your heart is able to just like harmonize in that regular pace as opposed to just like sitting, getting tired, drinking some coffee, keeping doing your work, um, and just getting like the heart should be moving. Like if you think about it historically, we were moving almost all the time. Um, you know, Not all the time. There's sleep and rest and whatnot, but like back in the day when we were doing stuff because we didn't have the ability to just work and make money seated, and then just take a taxi home and then get food delivered and not do any movement for food or anything like we were moving most of the time. And it's really the main thing that I add. Just like if you're doing a lot of stuff that ain't great for your health, maybe just take a little bit something out that you should be taking out, right? Like that thing right there. And then the running thing, or I mean the walking thing, 30 minutes. Like I used to do 60, but just like 30, just do 30. And then it gets you to this pace where your heart and lungs are actually like, you're like breathing in, breathing out, breathing in. I do Wim Hof breath work, Soma breathing. Like you should try to refocus your breath. But if nothing else, try to just harmonize with your breath in a regular walking pace for what is that, 2% of the day? Like it comes out to like 2% of the day. It's not that much. And you're just putting it back to, the machine that your body was, right? Like it's getting that blood, that air pumping on autopilot like it was meant to, right? And man, that's it. Just work on that first. That's what I always say. Health is that's your real wealth. That's first, right? The other one is like your mental and your inner and like emotional, spiritual. But like, and then, just get health, wealth, on autopilot. Do it. And it starts with walking. Add that in there. You got it. Because it all circles back to like this thing that I was saying. I was in this moment that I wasn't necessarily grateful or really happy in. And then I had this epiphany. And I'm like, by the way, if you want more epiphanies, do Wim Hof breathing, do Soma breathing. I've got it in my other videos. I think I've got links to them. If not, just message me and I'll post it on there. And it helps you get these more epiphanic moments, which is awesome. But I was in this place where I was not necessarily feeling super ecstatic, or like extremely happy, and I had this realization, this epiphany that's like, if gratitude is primarily just appreciation, and even if I'm not feeling great in my current experience, whatever room I'm in or wherever location I'm at, whatever I'm doing, my senses are still appreciating it. I put myself there somehow, and my senses, like the main ones we know about, you know, we all know about, those are still appreciating the moment, right? My eyes, my ears, and it's probably, or it might be, or it could be that the universe and myself, with that, I put that hint in there somewhere in the code, I'm trying to let myself know in that moment, hey, you brought yourself here. How do you get yourself out? And you got to ask the right questions. You got to be like, okay, I actually do appreciate this whole experience. And I do like, I might not be super, ecstatic. I might be just content, or like sometimes we feel sad and it's good. It's like a needed sadness because we're trying to get through it, get through something we're trying to understand. And realize just true gratitude is the awareness of what we're gratifying, what we're appreciating in our everyday life. So we got to ask ourselves, why this, why that? Ask the right questions, even the wrong questions sometimes. And we will, be able to find out, what is that next little bite I got to take? What is that next little step I got to take, right? Um, hope this helps. That is by all means the main reason that this was put out there. Um, Definitely to help myself, with everything I'm growing with, and definitely to help you, especially if you're all the way here. I'd love your insight, and if you can comment or just email me, because I post my email in there, I'd love to hear any 2 cents you grasped. Peace. I appreciate you, even if I don't necessarily like it or you don't necessarily like it. You watch this whole thing. Why did we appreciate each other for this moment of time? Have the best one. Peace.